How many of you know that your Android smartphone has a safe mode? I bet not many of you guys are aware about it. In case if your smartphone starts lagging, or you have started seeing full screen ads randomly on your phone, or your speaker or earpiece starts malfunctioning and you cannot actually figure it out why all this is happening, in that case you can boot into safe mode and see if the problem is still there. And if in the safe mode your smartphone is working fine, then chances are there that you have recently installed a malicious app on your phone or recent software updates are causing all these problems. So to access safe mode on your phone, hold the power button and now either long press on reboot or power off option and you will see the safe mode option. Once you're into safe mode, all the apps which you have installed will be gone and your phone will behave like you have resetted it, but then actually you have not. Now use your smartphone in the safe mode for a while and see if it's working fine or not, and if it's working fine then reboot your smartphone again and try to locate the recently installed app and uninstall it. This way actually you can save yourself from resetting your phone and troubleshoot it in an efficient manner. Your Android smartphone comes with a feature named as Personal Dictionary. It's not a new feature in any way, but it's extremely useful and not many people use it. For example, if I type ad, that is ADD, I will get a suggestion of my address, or if I type YTGN or Insta, I will get suggestions of you there, good night and my Instagram username respectively. All these are the shortcuts which I have assigned in my personal dictionary and they are very useful. To set your custom shortcut keys, you need to go to settings of your phone and type personal dictionary in the search bar, or you can just open Gboard app and from here access the personal dictionary. Now from here you can add custom shortcuts for any specific language or for all languages. I will choose all here, and now let's say I want to make a on my way shortcut. For that I will type OMY here and on my way here, and it's done. Now I can type OMY and I will get a suggestion of on my way every time. Extremely useful feature, be sure to check it out. Another interesting Gboard specific feature which most of the people do not use are personalized stickers. You can actually create your own custom stickers and use it in most of the apps. Just open Gboard and in emoji section you will find this menu, and from here you can create your own personalized stickers. One more useful but very old feature is lock screen messages. Again, not many people use it, but it may actually help you to recover your lost phone. As you can see on my lock screen, I have set a message displaying, in case if you find this phone, please contact on this number. This does not guarantee you in any way that you will get your phone back, but I believe in humanity and this message may actually end up being very useful. Setting up a lock screen message is fairly simple, just search lock screen in the settings of your phone and you will get there. Now you can set whatever lock screen message you want. Sometimes you install an app from Play Store and it serves you a lot of ads. Let's take the example of MX Player here. MX Player is actually a great video player, but the thing is it keeps on showing ads. And this video, games, Tuck section is something which I never use, but it's there and it's very annoying when I click on them accidentally and it starts loading all the content. For blocking ads, you can always use an ad blocker app, but the ad blocker apps don't work many times unless your phone is rooted. So the alternative and the most simple way to disable all these ads is to completely disable data usage of MX Player. For that you need to go to settings of your phone and search data usage here, and from here you can disable data usage of most of the apps. And as you can see that I have disabled data usage of most of the apps which I use. So now let me disable data usage of MX Player and open it again. Now if I open MX Player again, it will not be able to use data services and thereby no ads. How simple is that? You can use this little trick for all of the offline apps which actually do not require data connection to function. This way you will see less ads and your data will also be saved. Fingerprint scanners on smartphones work most of the times, but sometimes they do fail. And to mitigate the chances of failure to close to 0%, what you can do is to add at least more than one fingerprint of the same finger. As you can see that I have added 3 fingers and all of these are of the same finger. This is not something very big, but you will surely notice the difference. If your smartphone and laptop is connected to a same Wi-Fi network, you can easily browse your smartphone files on your laptop by creating an FTP server. File Manager application of most of the smartphones come with this functionality. To create an FTP server, open the File Manager app and from here you need to locate FTP and now start the FTP server and you will get this address. What you need to do is to type this address on your laptop's File Manager address bar and that's it. How cool is that? You can copy paste files between both of your devices without using any kind of third party app. Again, very useful option, but not many people use it. In Google Chrome, you can jump between tabs easily by swiping left or right on the address bar. And one more useful thing in Google Chrome is that you can save web pages as PDF files and share them easily. To save a web page as a PDF file, just hit on this 3-dot menu and from here select print and now select as print as PDF and it will be saved as a PDF file. Apart from these, you can actually enable experimental features on Google Chrome by going into Chrome flags. There are many useful options here which can make your browsing experience much better. I had made a video about it, but it's a bit old and it's need to be updated, but you can still check it out from the I button above. Another very useful feature, which I think many people are using it already, but still it deserves to be on this list, and that feature is widgets. Widgets just make everything simple. Just long press on home screen and open widget menu, and from here you can choose from variety of widgets. I personally use settings widget a lot. I have created some different settings widget already. For example, if I click on this one, I get notification history information, and if I click on this one, I am getting data user screen directly without going into settings again and again. There are many more settings widget as you can see, and I can set a widget for any of the settings option listed here. But apart from settings widget, there are many app specific widgets, such as you can set custom chats on your home screen, check emails from your home screen directly without going into Gmail app. But the best thing about these widgets, which I love personally, is that you can customize your smartphone home screen by using third-party widgets. So yeah, I highly recommend you to check out these little but powerful options on your smartphone. With that, we get to the end of this video. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you find it interesting, and do comment down the features about which you are not aware of. And lastly, please subscribe for more videos like this. I'm Ravneet signing off for now. You guys have a great day.